Hey fellow runners, and once again welcome to the channel You Do Run, the channel where I share all my experiences as a 40-something new runner. And today I'm gonna tell you about running insoles, why you need them, which ones I tried, which ones worked for me, which ones didn't. Okay, let's go. So, quick disclaimer before we start. I'm not a medical professional. If you have some real problems with overpronation or you think you might have, then it's better to see a doctor or a physical therapist or something like that, because they know what they're doing. I just want to tell you what worked for me. Another thing is that I've paid for all the insoles myself. Nobody paid me to do this video. So, okay. Why do I put insoles? Because they stabilize my arch, which is rather flat because I have flat feet. And that leads to a lot better posture for me. I also realized that my whole running style and my whole running form is a lot more frictionless. I have better pace without actually using more power. What is overpronation? Your foot twists to the inside when you're applying pressure to it, and that can lead to problems with your knees and your hips, but it doesn't need to be a problem. That means that I think you should try first with a neutral shoe and just do a maximum of 10% increase of your mileage per week, so that not only your muscles but also your tendons and your ligaments have time to build up strength over time. Don't go too fast, just consistent training is what makes you a lot better. So, insoles for running. Why do you need them? Chances are you don't actually need them, even if you have pronation issues or flat feet like I do, because there are lots of exercises that can make your flat foot or your collapsed arch can rebuild it. And that's something that you definitely should look into if you have issues with flat feet, because that's something you should do anyways, regardless if you have insoles or not. And it also will help you with your running form. So that will reduce the risk of injury in general, and that's always a good thing. Another thing is that you should always warm up with stretches and do stretches anyways, also on days where you're not training, just to reduce the load on your tendons and your ligament. That's always a good thing. Why did I try insoles nonetheless, even though I just said that maybe you don't need it? Because I ran without them in neutral shoes, and I realized that I developed problems with my knees and with my hips, especially after running my first half marathon. My muscles were kind of okay, not really sore, but the thing that really hurt were my knees and my hips. So I realized, okay, maybe I have to do something about my overpronation. Then I tried out several different insoles, starting with these ones here that I just bought from the local drugstore. They were like 20 euros. After running with them in the first time, I immediately realized that I have a lot less pain in my knees and in my hips, and also I had a faster time, a faster pace, even though I didn't put in more power. It was just because my whole running system had less friction, and it just worked very, very well. These are not custom made or anything, but they are relatively thick, so that can be an issue with some shoes where you don't have so much space and you get heel slippage. They're also very flexible, which is nice, but because they are relatively thick, they also add an extra layer of softness. So if you're running in very soft shoes already, like for me, if I put those into the Nimbus 25, that's too much. It feels just wobbly and it's just too much. What works really well there is this insole, and that's overall my absolute favorite, because it basically just gives a little arch here and that's it. It also has a little bit of softness here, so if you're landing on the heel, then that's also fine, but it's not very thick. It just supports your arch, and that's it. And so this is definitely my recommendation to buy, but it can be a bit too much here, so you can still have some heel slip with this one. Another thing that I tried is this custom-made orthotic from, that I got from the doctor, but I told them I need it for sports and for running, and the thing is, it's very, very, very stiff. So I don't like to use it for running. I still use it for walking around, and also for playing football indoors. That's also okay. But with normal running shoes, it removes all the bounce and all the softness of the soles, of the midsoles that you normally have. It always feels like you're just running directly on tarmac, more or less. So I would advise against those. Those are also the most expensive ones because they were custom made. I wouldn't even go for those. I'd just buy one of those ready-made ones off the shelf. They are cheap, they are fine, they work very well. I also bought one from the running store, and they are also quite good. They have also a good landing zone here, are relatively flexible here in the forefoot, and give very good arch support. So those are fine as well, but they cost double of what these here cost. So I wouldn't say they're doubly as good. They're okay, but not better than these here. And because of the heel slip, I tried something very fancy. These two here of Amazon, both cost like 4 or 5 euros or something. And I just wanted to try them out, and it's basically here a little silicone thing, and you put your foot in there, and it's supposed to give you a little arch support here because you step on it, and the same here. You put your foot in here and it gives you this arch support. And I tried them, and let's say those are 5 euros that you can save yourself. It doesn't really work that well. I mean, it's probably better than nothing, but yeah, it doesn't help really. So with all these insoles, the one that I definitely would recommend is this one, which is just the arch and nothing else. It's okay with the stiffness and fits most shoes. You can leave the insole that already comes with the shoe in and just put this in as well, and then yeah, you already have a lot better pronation. All right, that's it. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for you and gives you a little bit more orientation regarding what to look for in insoles and what might not work so well. If you're looking for a new shoe, then check out this video here, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.